Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? It is Wednesday. Oh my gosh. It is Wednesday, the 18th of October, which is crazy. Where has the month gone? Seriously. It has just gone so quickly. I can't believe it's already October. October 18th. Welcome. Make sure if you pop in that you say hello. I am just refreshing my computer, getting it up and running so I can see what I'm doing and that I'm not like stamping way off on the edge of my page, which is pretty normal. I guarantee if you're joining me live today that we will have bloopers like normal, and even better, we have the electrician here. So I was just out there saying, you're not shutting off the electricity on me, are you? So anyway, it could be an interesting morning. Good morning, Wendy. I am so glad to see you this bright and early on a Wednesday morning. How was your trip? Your photos looked absolutely amazing. I loved when we were over in the overseas just a few months ago and traveling around in the little tiny villages around London and in the Cotswolds. It was so gorgeous. Now I can't, oh my goodness, why do I struggle with this all the time. There we go. We got it. So make sure you say hello and tell me what you did this morning. Good morning, Marlene. Good morning. Good morning. So if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Pam Jorgensen. I am an independent demonstrator here in Australia, out in country Victoria, out on a farm. So if you hear lots of noise, that's probably farm equipment going around. I have been a demonstrator for 17 years. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. And I love to share my passion of creating with stamps, rubber stamps, ink and paper, right? So that's who I am. So if you're here for the first time, make sure you say hello. And if you're watching it on replay, type replay and let me know that you were able to watch it. What did Wendy say? Wendy said she had a great time. No paper craft. Let me, blooper number one. Lots of history and needlework. So Wendy, was needlework really huge over there? Like whenever you went to the castles and those kind of things, they always had huge tapestries hanging on the walls, which were amazing to see. I'm like, I couldn't sew. Anybody that knows me knows I can't sew. I can paper craft, no sewing, right? Good morning, Anita. It is a little chilly this morning. I will not lie to you, but I do not have my heater on, so that will be good. Oh, good morning, Deb and Ava. Debbie must be doing daycare duties, babysitting duties of her cute little granddaughter. I have for you guys a really fun project today. Actually, I don't even know if it is a project. I will create a project for you, but I'm going to be sharing with you guys, what's it called? The Rustic Christmas Kit. And what I want to share is what else we can do with it. I have been waiting for this kit to arrive. So it's the new kit for the month. And I want to create some cards out of it. So just like Wendy says, she went along and did 2 tours with needlework, and she did cruises from Melbourne. She went on needlework tours and learned how to make pretty things. So I thought I would show you guys how to make some pretty things using the kit. So what did you guys do since Monday? Has anybody created a project based on what I made on Monday? If you did, make sure you get it in the links because I love to see what you guys make. Feel free to share that. Now, a couple things that I'm going to share with you. This kit, I have put the link to my online shop to order this kit. And the reason is that in November, I am going to be doing a craft along via Zoom. Oh my gosh, yes, it's going to be so much fun. There might even be a prize or two. You need to order this kit from me. And I'll shoot you all the details, but you need to have it so that I can then send you the card kit supplies to make it, right? To make the projects. I'm not going to show them to you. If you can't join in live on the day, I will give you the tutorials so you can still create them at home using what you have, and I will still get the kits out to you. So I will share that information with you in the links, and I will give it to you again later. Good morning, Rhonda. So with that, I think we are going to get started only because I am worried that our electricity is going to get shut off when they start working out there in the shed. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes, right? Because I'm going to flip this camera down. And we are going to look at this kit because I think this kit looks absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to open it. I haven't even opened it yet. So let me do this. Because, of course, I'm a little slow today, right? There we go. Okay, here we go. And Maria and Sandra say good morning. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Okay, so let's see if we are straight, because I cannot stand things that are not straight. I think I need a mat on my desk that doesn't have lines. So then if it's not straight, I don't know, right? I don't want to make you guys dizzy. So this is, what did I call this one? The Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. Now this kit just became available for the month of, what month are we? October. So it's brand new. Now Stampin' Up, I will tell you right now, Stampin' Up is shipping a little bit behind. I think yesterday they said they're shipping from the 10th. So they were about a week behind. So if you have put in an order, know that it's coming. But they are behind the times. So I've only just got my kit and I'm excited to open it. So let's have a look. So in here, this kit is designed as an advent calendar. What's it called again? Rustic Christmas. I am not going to remember that. So it is designed as an advent calendar for the month of December, which you could certainly use that as an advent calendar, not a worry. But I thought the pieces looked amazing. So let's open it up. Actually, let's look at these pegs first. Oh, look at how these little clothes pegs are really long. So they are, let me tell you how long they are. Let me find a ruler. How long are these? They're actually quite chunky. They're chunky, girls. They are about 1.75 inches long, or let me find my metric side. I'm not good at metric. Here it is. About 4.5 centimeters long. So they're actually quite long pegs, right? Isn't it pretty, Maria and Sandra? It's gorgeous. It's really a nice kit. Okay, so let's see what we can do with it. I'm going to put the pegs over there for a minute. Let's open it up and see what's inside of it. Have you gotten your kit yet? Have you opened it up, girls, or is it still on its way? Oh, I think I just broke my fingernail. Oh, my goodness, I did. Hold on, girls. Oh, my nails are so bad. I've chopped them all off. Wendy says she's waiting for hers to arrive. Well, we're going to have a little sneaky peek here. So let's get, if I can get the wrapper open. Let's see what's in here. No, it's still on the way. Okay. Debbie says she's ordered this kit. Well, I am telling you, this looks amazing. So let's see what we have. We have the directions, and I think the directions are going to be for, oh, yep, look at that. So they actually tell you how to make each day. So maybe we'll make one day, and then I'm going to make a card with it. So we don't need the cardboard. Save your chipboard, though, because let me tell you, I have the most amazing project I'm going to be sharing with you guys that involves chipboard. So you're going to want to keep that piece. So it looks like you have some cherry cobbler. Now, are these gems or are they sequins? Let's have a look. Oh, these are adhesive backed sequins. Look at that sparkle. Good morning, Lorraine. Look at that. Cherry cobbler. Oh, I love cherry cobbler. Do you guys like cobbler or do you like real red for Christmas? I love the cobbler colors. Now, what do we have here? We must have, these are the 25 envelopes. So this one's like a tweed pattern. And what's on, oh, and this one's like a leaf. Look at that. So just a little bit different. So you get two different patterns of these little envelopes. These are adorable. Some dimensionals. And these are the dates. So where in the world do those go? Oh, I see. So they've used the little, some of the dates for the week or for the day are on those little wood circles. And it looks like some are on gold. So we're obviously going to encounter some gold along the way. Let's see what we have. Here's the gold down here. Here's some more wooden elements, wooden looking elements. Oh, here we go. Here's the gold. Look at these. These are nice little shapes, right? And then this one, I love gold. Gold is Christmas to me. Ooh, we have Cobbler. Debbie and Anita both like Cobbler at Christmas. I'm a Cobbler girl too. Who else is a Cobbler girl? Or do you like real red? Now, what do we have here? So we have gold. We have some die cuts. So some leaves, it looks like. And we have a bow. Are these all the same size? Let's have a look. It looks like they're all the same size. Okay. So we have a leaf and a bow. What else do we have? Some poinsettia flowers. I think some of you guys say poinsettia. Oh, we have some more cobbler fans. I might take two of these. I like both. Let's take two out just in case. I don't know what I'm using, but we'll take out two because two is better than one, right? And what is this leaf? Oh, this is like a, look at these. These are pretty. This is like a, what do you call, what kind of leaf do you call this one? Ooh, we have more cobbler fans. Where my nephew went to high school, they were called the Rapid City Cobblers. So it reminds me of that. What kind of leaf is that? That's for, oh, you know, it has the little berries, which are right here on the holly berries, holly leaves. So there's a little holly berry. And what are these? Oh, beautiful. So we have, it looks like old olive and a mossy meadow. Oh, they're wreaths. They're like little, we'll take both of those since we don't know what we're using. We'll take out one of each of those. Those are pretty. Look at that. What else do we have? We have some glue dots. Now, I tend to not use these glue dots. I'm really, really bad. Oh, thank you, girls. You got my back telling me they're holly leaves. Yes. Yes, these pieces are larger than I thought as well, Anita. If you look at this, that fills up, you know, the palm of my hand. So it is quite large. So I don't tend to use these, but what I do tend to keep them for is if I have sequins or embellishments that don't have adhesive on the back, I will stick them on these and use these at to hold down embellishments. Or like Anita says, she uses them under vellum. So don't throw them away, even if you don't use them. Ooh, look what else we have. We have these little leafy, ooh, those are pretty. Look at those, you guys. Both in old olive and mossy meadow. They're very fine. Those are really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, look at all these pieces. Okay. And then what else do we have? I think these are all just more of those pieces. Now, I would recommend, based on how fine these edges are, I would keep these in their white sheet until you go to use them. So let's grab out a couple of that. Oh, and I have something else. Oh, there's some twine. Oh my gosh, this is like the gift that keeps on giving. Let's see what's in here. So it looks like we have some cherry cobbler. This one is more of a flat twine, like that's flat, okay? And it's actually really soft. And then what's this one? This one is, this is like a cord almost. It's a thicker cord. Okay, so let's make a card. Are you ready? If you're ready for a card, give me a heart or a thumbs up, and let's see what we can come up with. You might regret it, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna set these out of the way. We need to cut some cardstock, and I don't want to get those lost. So let's just scoop all of these over out of the way. I'll keep these envelopes over here as well. Let's bring in my paper cutter. So I already decided that I would probably use, just looking at what the kit involved, I'm going to use Early Espresso, and I brought in these 4 colors of cardstock for today. I brought in the colors that were in the kit, right? So I knew that they had Cherry Cobbler, Early Espresso, and Old Olive. So I have added in basic white, and I don't know that I will use this, but this is your soft seafoam green. I thought that that might be a really nice color to add some softness if I wanted it. I'm not sure what we're using yet, but we are going to find out shortly. So that's the colors. And then I thought, based on the design that showed on the picture, which I promptly lost. Here we go. I thought that this looked pretty elegant, right? With the poinsettias and the little fluffy wreaths and just the color tone with gold. So I thought that I would bring in the embossing folder, the textured tile embossing folder, because I thought that that would go along really, really nicely with this. So that's kind of what we're using. Now I've dropped something on the floor, so let me go down and retrieve that. Okay, so let's get started. I think for this one, we are going to go with, I think I'll use a real red as the base. So let me get some of this out. And I thought I'd use because it's dark, we would go with espresso ink. Good morning, Lynette. It is so lovely to see you today. Now, I have stuff everywhere, so let me get some stuff out of the way. Actually, what we were going to do, and we didn't do, was we were going to make one of the little, let's see what they say. Let's make one of these so we can see how big it is. So what do we need? We need we need one of the dark wreath forms. Okay, we need number 1. Oh, it's a number 1. That's what I call my son. Number 1 son. Obviously, we need a bow. We have the wreath, the bow. I don't know what that means. We need number 1 circle. I'm bossicking over here. We need that. And the gems. So what do I do with the gems? You guys, I think I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Everything is sitting right next to me. Seriously. But there's that many pieces in this kit that, wow, I can't believe I've lost them. Okay, let's see what they tell us to do. So they say that goes like that. I love the directions because they even tell you you need 6 gems. Oh, this isn't going to be too bad. All right, so instead of using they did give you, what do you call these things? Dimensionals. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I can hear them pounding outside. That's what happens when you work next to the shed. My stamp studio is right next to the shed, and it is a little noisy out there. Okay, so we have, that is not even centered, you guys. Let's pull that thing off. Oh my goodness. Monday was a crazy day, wasn't it? It's a crazy week. That's why I labeled this one as Wacky Wednesday, because it has been one of those weeks. And what do they say? Oh, they say cut a dimensional in half and put it up there. I'm just going to grab a mini dimensional because that's faster. And remember, I'm lazy. Lazy stamper. I like things that happen quick. But I'm curious to see actually how big this is because these pieces actually really surprise me. So let's put, I'm going to put 2 on. They say, they have little directions. All right, so let's attach that like that. And obviously, the rest just kind of hangs. Now, what did they say? They say use the little tweed envelope. So let's grab a tweed envelope. And, oh, here's my gems right down here, sparkling away under the pile. Okay, so they say put 6 gems. They even tell you how many to use. So let's add these. They even tell you. I have it off the camera here. I might go like this. No, I better go like this. And it even tells you where to put the gems. Oh my gosh. That's my kind of crafting sometimes. I do craft in the car. I grab kits. What do you guys grab kits for? Oh, that's good, Michelle, because they are just pounding out there. I could just hear them. I grab my kits to travel with in the car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's move this one down. Because typically I like to have my whole craft room when I craft, right? But sometimes I just want to be crafty while I'm away. So I do grab that. Now, how do you put this together? Let's have a look. I have an idea for that envelope, actually. So they must use the envelope. Okay, so the envelope goes this direction, folds towards you like that, and it's held shut with that. So we're going to put a couple dimensionals at the bottom. Wendy says convenience. Yes, they are very convenient. Some kits, I will not lie, some kits I like more than others, but all kits have possibility, right? And you can always juju. I like that word, juju. In fact, I'm looking at this bow, and I think we need a gem in the middle. What do you guys think? There's not one on the directions, but Pam's directions are going to add one right there. Whoops, maybe. Okay, I cut my fingernails. My fingernails are shocking right now, and I have a really sore finger because I chopped too much. So that's where we can put our little treat. And then that holds it shut. Or if you're going to put in like money or something like that. I'm sure my teenager would love money in there. And then you would attach, it looks like you attach that to the top. But how do you attach? Let's see how you attach the, see how you attach the string. Doesn't really say. So I might have to go out and Google that, because here they just show the string coming through. So whether they just pinch it, but it shows it coming through the center of the peg. So I'll have a look. But the other thing that it says is that there's a QR code. Where did I just see that? There's a QR code so you can see how to put it together. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have opened it before I went live, but why would I do that? Okay, so there we go. There's our little advent calendar, and that, look at how big that is. That is quite large. Wendy says she changes the directions to her taste as well. I do too. I like to do that. So that is quite large. Now I wonder, let's see how big it is. Here we go. Here's an ink pad. So it's almost as tall as your ink pad. There's probably about 1/4 of an inch, not quite, on the top. And let's see how fat is it? Can you get a good gift in there? Let's see. I wonder if it would hold. It's going to have to be pretty flat, whatever you stick in there, because there's not a gusset in the bottom. So it'd probably be better to have like maybe a money gift, or like a chocolate frog would probably fit in there really, really well. Something flat, a flat candy or something like that, a flat toy, or there we go. Perfect. Well, there we go. Now we know what that looks like. Let me set that one aside. Okay, let's stamp, girlfriends. Here we go. So I think for this one, we are going to go back to using cherry cobbler. I love cherry cobbler. Remember I said that? Oh, Debbie says put in a gift card. Perfect. That actually, you know what? If you did that as you could just give these as gift cards and take off like the number 1 and put in your own decoration. And you could even put those, set those in your trees. You could put name tags on those, and that would be perfect gifts for like the teenagers, or if you have people coming over. Sometimes we want to give people just a little tiny gift, right? And it doesn't have to be big. It's all about how we wrap it. Well, that's what I always say. Diamonds will not fit in there, right? Okay. Speaking of diamonds, I don't have my jewelry on today. And I've lost my wedding band. I've set it somewhere. I don't wear it usually on the farm, and I can't find it. So let's fold our cardstock in half. We're just going to burnish that. I'm trying to think what we're going to do. So let's do a quick and simple. This is one of my favorite fun folds when I don't know what I'm doing. I just fold that back on itself. Just like that. So make that cute little simple fold. And I think we might grab some of our, what color should we use? I think we'll use chocolate chip. Oh my gosh, that is an old color. I think we'll use our early espresso. I love these colors together. They're just so pretty. Now I believe that should be 1 7/8 of an inch wide. Let's have a look. I'm always a cut and go kind of girl. Let's look. Oh, perfect. That'll work great. Now, while I have this out, what color layer? I'm not quite sure what color layer that I want. Perhaps we'll go with, because the card base is red, let's go with our cherry cobbler. So I'm going to bring my cherry cobbler back. And let's see what size we want. I'm going to try 3 inches first by... Is that 3 inches? 3 inches by 4. Let's try 4.5. You guys, this is winging it in a prayer today. Oh, that's going to be too big. So I'm going to come down. I might make that 4 1/4. So I will give you the measurements as we come. Oh, that'll be better. Okay. So this one is... So this is just half of a cardstock piece. This was 1 7/8 by 5 1/2. And then this layer is 3 inches by 4 1/4. All right, so with that, I'm probably going to need a piece of white. So let me grab some white. And what size did I say this was? 3 by 4. This is crafting on the live, girls. So 3 by 4. So I need my white layer to be 2 3/4 of an inch. 2 3/4 of an inch by 4, right? I think. Good morning, Yvonne. We are crafting on the fly. Let's see if this one fits. Oh, perfect. Okay, now what else might I need? Oh, an insert, because we do need to have an insert on this one. So that will be, okay, so here's how I work. I roll with metric and inches, so I go 10 centimeters. And then for my insert, I always go to 5 1/2 inches plus 1 mark. I know, it's crazy. Or that's actually 14 centimeters about. Okay, so I think this is going to look quite nice. So let's have a look. If we do that like that, we have that stuck in like that. Ooh, this is going to look nice. That'll look really good. So I'm thinking what we do need to do is let's do some embossing. Now, if you had designer series paper, you could put your designer series paper here. I'm not sure. This is probably a little bit light. I wonder if you could cut these apart. Let's have a look. I bet you could. Let me just trim off an edge and let's see what it looks like. Oftentimes when you get, in any of the kits, you'll get some envelopes or you'll get something that has patterns on it. And you can usually cut that apart. And look at that. I wouldn't use it here because it's not long enough without having a fold. But you could, right? Or you could use it on the inside or somewhere. And because it has that really pretty fluted edge, you could use that as well, but we're not going to. So let's emboss. I'm going to grab that embossing folder. Remember the textured, what did I say this one was called? Textured tile? Distressed tile? I'm going to have to do one at a time. Oh, no, here we go. I can do two. Oh, perfect. So I don't want that one. Oh, Pamela. So I will have to do it twice. So I'm going to emboss the white layer that's going to go on our cherry cobbler. And I'm going to emboss this early espresso piece. I love that piece. I love that color. Good morning, Deb. So while I am embossing, I'm going to turn around to my desk behind me instead of pulling the big machine over here. Tell me in the comments, what green do you use for Christmas? Do you like Old Olive, or do you like a really deep hunter green, or what kind of green do you like for Christmas colors? And I will emboss over here like a mad fiend while you guys are telling me what green that you like for Christmas. And it doesn't even have to be the green that we're using today. Of course, you can use whatever you like. Oh, we see shaded spruce. Ooh, that's a nice color. Do you like shaded spruce with cobbler, or do you like it with real red? Ooh, garden green, old olive, mossy meadow. Those are nice colors. All right, here we go. Shaded spruce. People like shaded spruce. Marlene says you're loving the old colors today. Chocolate chip, hunter green. Exactly. What's up, right? That's what happens when you've been around for a long time, girls. Anita says with cherry color. Oh, look at this, ladies. Look at how nice that is going to look. Oh, beautiful. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one down. Get this one out of the way for a minute, only because otherwise I'm going to have a mess. Oh, we have lots of old olive. Old olive is just, that color has been around forever. Now my glue is plugged. Old olive, I wonder when old olive started. Does anybody know? While I'm digging for some glue or poking that's what I get. I left it open the other day and it probably has a little plug in it. Let's see if it's coming out. All right, I'm gonna have to grab another glue. Good thing I'm not far from my work drawer. Kay says she loves any green. Loves, loves, loves green. She loves green frogs. Green, green. Okay, here we go. So let's get that piece down. Oh, you guys look at that. Now I have glue on the top. Oh, I am hopeless today. I think I didn't have enough coffee is the issue. There we go. So today's Zach's last day at Ag College. So we were, he had a presentation he needed to give. So we were up quite late last night. Now I'm not going to put this one down yet because I think we need to figure out what we're going to do first. So I always think cherry cobbler looks really nice with some gold. So let's pull out some of these gold pieces. I think we're going to go with a bigger one. Do you guys agree? I think this is going to be a really rich looking card when we get done. Elegant and rich. So let's do something like that. Now I'm going to bring in, I punched out this leaf and I punched out 2 of these. And what else did I punch out? I punched out these. So let's have a look at what we have here. I have dark and I have light. Maybe we'll use one of each. All right, so I like to add texture to my flowers. These look a little flat. You probably could ink them, but remember I am lazy. Anybody else lazy stamper? So you could probably ink these and make them all pretty, but I'm just going to kind of pinch them And then I'm just going to curve these petals just with my bone folder, just to give them that texture, right? There we go, there's one. And we'll do this other one. If I had more time, I'd probably ink them. Like I said, give them a little bit of depth. But if you were doing this in the car, you probably wouldn't want to have ink with you, right? You'd probably just want to be able to assemble. And I guess that's the good thing about kits, is that you can assemble while you go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. How cute is that? So with this leaf, let's have a look. I'm thinking that this leaf, excuse me, guys, is kind of big if we leave it like this, because this isn't a very big piece, right? So we have to hide, we're going to need to hide that 2022 or 2022, the 22. Marlene says, old Olive has been here since we started 2006. Yeah, I was thinking that it had always been here. It's a new color. It wasn't in the original colors when Stampin' Up! First started, because Stampin' Up! Did not have exclusive colors way back then when I was a user of product back in the States, not a demonstrator. I was never a demonstrator until I came here to Australia. Ooh, those might be kind of long. I might need to tuck those back. So we have to hide that 22 because that's not very pretty sticking out. So if we did something like that. Now these leaves, let's pull this back over. Ooh, that's kind of big. I'm going to have to tuck that in. I think I'm going to cut these leaves apart. So let me grab a pair of scissors. And I'm just going to fussy cut a couple leaves. Nobody needs to see the bottom, right? So let's just cut that out. And okay, I kind of like this concept. So what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this white piece down onto my project so that that's not wiggling around. And there we go. And then let's have a little bit of a look at this. So do we want that flat or are we going to pop that? I do know though that these we're sticking way up way too high. So let's have a little look. If I do those like that, does that layer better on my card? Probably. I might even angle these a little bit more. Let's go like this. That would probably work. Now these are pretty fine, so I think what I'm going to do, remember I said I'm the lazy stamper, so I think I'm just going to anchor these down with some dimensionals, only because they're pretty fine. There's a lot of space showing between them. And I'm just going to, that's probably the easiest way than to have glue oozing everywhere. Yep, those will stick. Now I had that twine. Where was that twine? Let's grab some of this. This is really, really pretty. So if I put that around that, this is me crafting on the fly, girlfriends. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now do you think we should pop that piece, this gold piece? I'm wondering if we tie ribbon around it, that will probably be better popped because ribbon is thick, right? So I'm thinking I'm popping it. Pop it? Do you think I should pop? Give me a thumbs up if you think I should. In the meantime, while you're deciding, I'm going to tie this ribbon, this cobbler twine around the side. Let's do it. Let's do a couple wraps. There we go. And we'll just tie that on. So don't forget, and if you've already ordered the kit, let me know. And I will still invite you to our craft along if you would like to see what else we do with this kit. So after we get done today, I'm going to finish designing the cards for that kit. And I'll give you some more information. I will post some information in our group about like what kind of supplies you might want to have on hand. Okay, so here we go. So there's our bow. Let me trim that off. Now I have sticky hanging out everywhere, right? Because I got my dimensionals exposed. I want that to hang off that edge. So let's use, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up, never throw away your dimensionals, right? The edges, because you can use them. Just what I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to use some long strips. How easy is that? And we'll put this one right here. We're going to anchor this bad baby down. Now I might add, because I don't know what we're going to do in the middle yet, I might just add a couple more just to give that support in the middle so my card doesn't sink. Vicki says, I'm doing the kit as well as a kit for me to play with. I think this is going to be such a fun, oh, good gravy. You know what, you guys? Okay, blooper number 2. I forgot that I have open dimensionals on the other side and I stuck them down. Oh, God. Okay, maybe I need to go back to bed. Let's go like that and put that down, something like that. Now I am going to add some glue under these dimensionals because I'm sticking it down onto that embossed piece. And there's not a lot of, when there's texture, we want to make sure that nothing's going to fall off, right? So I'm just going to push that down like that. Oh, and I have a little bit too much dimensional hanging out. So I'm going to cut and pop that off. There we go. Oh, and now I'm stuck to my desk. Oh, you guys, you're not helping me. Go back to bed, Pam. Like I said, it's been busy this morning already. Oh, yep. What do you guys think? You like that? I think that'll look really good. So let me glue this down. So to glue it down, I'm just going to eyeball where that comes across. I'm going to slide that in like that so you guys can see. I'm going to eyeball where my card comes. I'm not going to pop this one up because we're going to still pop on the front. I'm going to grab it with my hand. And I know that I need to only put glue over here on the left side. You could measure it and mark it out with your pencil if you wanted, but you know, why do that when you can? You guys, this is a brand new bottle. There we go. Had a big old goober in it. Got to get the glue ready because tomorrow we are putting together 500 Christmas cards. Wendy says, try a silicone mat. I just need to make sure that I don't have my, I took the covers off so I could keep working and I'm kind of silly. Okay, so let's come back to our flowers. How are we going to put these? Let's go something like, maybe like that. And we could tuck in a couple leaves, right? So maybe I need to, let's curl these. And I might even scrunch those a little bit to give them a crease down the middle. There we go. And if we did one coming out maybe like that. Oh, that'll look nice. That looks really good. Okay, and we'll do another one here. And we'll give that one a curve as well. Now, where do we want that one to come out? Maybe over on this, on the left side, maybe? I don't want to cover up our little fernie because that's so pretty. There, we'll do that. Okay, so let's glue these down. I'm just going to lift that up and add a little bit of glue under my leaf. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. So I'm not really moving them too much. I'm just going to add glue. All right, now, because there's a couple dimensionals underneath of there, I'm going to go ahead and use some more dimensionals and figure out where I need to put them to hold this down in place. So there's no rhyme or reason. I just don't want it to move too much. I'm just going to anchor wherever there's not a dimensional, right? Because I'm working around. Whoops. That one might, oh no, he's perfect. And I have an idea for how to finish this card off. So you're going to see that in just a second. And it is going to be messy. Do you guys like mess? Let's see. How should we bunch that one? Let's go with that one just like that. So I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals underneath. I'm so glad you guys like this. This is seriously crafting on the fly. Some days. Now, I see a little bit of white from that 22 sticking out, so I'm going to have to make sure that that is covered up with how I stick this down. So, give that a good anchor. Tuck that back underneath there. There we go. Perfect. Get some of those flowers going again. We'll come back and mess with those. So let's do some stamping on the inside. So I don't think I'm even going to put anything on the front of that. Let's grab our ink. And I'm going to use Early Espresso because sometimes I have a person in mind I'm going to send this card to and they don't see very well. So we are using Wishing You a Festive Christmas. And that came out of the online shop, the online exclusive, the Trucking Along. I like this sentiment. So let's see if I can get it straight. Wishing you a festive Christmas. And I do need to stamp that down low enough that it's going to be, oh my gosh, now it's in the ink. Perfect. Okay, so let's get that into our card. Look at where I stamped. Is anybody keeping track of all the bloopers? Oh my gosh. Maria says she's frozen on, it must be on your end because I can still see it going on mine. Which, remember, I have hopeless internet. So, oh, perfect. Sometimes internets just freeze. Sometimes I freeze. There we go. Okay, so there's the start of our card. I think we're going to put our embellishments on first before I finish with my last idea. Because I don't want to touch this card when I get done for a little bit. So let's add some embellishments. These Cobbler... These are so pretty, you guys. Don't they just add some? Anita says, close your ink pad before you get more ink on your card. Exactly, because, you know, I'm good at that, right? Oh, my gosh. Okay, so let's go something like that. Oh, Anita, I didn't close it in time. Look what I have down there. Oh, my gosh. Where are we going to put these? Let's go with one down here. However, I think what I'm going to do next, I can probably cover that. So, hopeless. Hopeless. Now, I don't even think I'm going to put any in that. I might add another one. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Anita thinks that's funny. I know. She just said to me, close your ink pad. Let's see, do I want another one? Let's have a look. I think I'll just do 2 over there. So I'm balanced, right? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now I am going to put everything out of the way because I am going to do some splattering. Now, I had a piece of paper here and I think that might have been what just hit the floor actually. So let me come in. I'm going to grab an ink pad, my espresso ink pad. I'm grabbing a clear block. And I'm going to ink up about half of this ink pad or this block so that I have lots of color to pull from. And I'm going to make sure, let me go down on the floor. I think that's what hit the floor. It's a piece of paper. I'm going to stick that, oh, that's not going to work very well. That's not a very big one. Let's see what else I have over here. Something with writing on it. So let's use this one instead. This is a little bit bigger. And I am going to bring in my Wink of Stella. Now, I never throw my old Wink of Stellas away. When they are almost empty, I just refill them with some of the isocol alcohol, right? And that way you get a little bit of extra oomph out of your Stella pen. Like, it's empty, there's not, but you still have Stella on the inside. Well, maybe. This one, I might need to grab another one. I do this all the time. I have lots of pens. Lots of pens sitting around. And if not, I will just, I thought I had one that had, I checked before we went live. I had one that had alcohol, or that still had Stella in it. However, Stella is not cooperating very well. So let me show you how I do that. So see, when in your Wink of Stella pens, you have that little black nib. Now, I'm going to use my scissor and pull that out. You just need to work that out of your, there we go. So when you pull that out, see how that's still full of Stella? There's Stella, and there's Stella in here. So I'm just going to set that like, I'll just set that like that. And I'm going to pour this over the trash. So I'll be right back. Just give me a second to dump that in. I'll put in, I go ahead and fill it up about halfway. And then I'm going to come back and put this pen back in there. And then I'm going to put my lid back on. Now, I do have a little bit of alcohol dripping. So let me wipe that off. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to squeeze that out into that early espresso ink. And now we're just going to splatter. You do need this to be fairly juicy to get those splatters happening, okay? And the more ink you have, I found that with espresso especially, that you need to have a lot of color or it turns pink. It has, see, you can even see it on the block. There's a pink tone underneath espresso, which is really quite interesting. So I needed to get a bunch of splatters there to cover my ink blob. Now, once you start doing this, you are not going to want to touch it because you now have blobs of ink on there, right? So what I do, I'm going to show you, I'm not done yet, is I'm going to flip that around very carefully. I need to get one more blob down there. If you wanted darker blobs, you would have just added more ink. Now, to finish this off, what I do is I just wipe the end of that tip clean until it's no longer got any brown. And then you can switch and use that with a different color. The one thing you do need to do, though, right away is wipe that off of your block. Okay, otherwise you're going to have a sparkly block for a long time. Now, the other thing that I have is I have a bottle of our Whisper White craft ink. And you're going to see that I've written on here, it is speckling only. And I have an old speckling white empty Wink of Stella pen. Okay. You could do it on your block as well. But I tend to use it on a piece of paper that I know I can just put right in the trash. So let me grab, I'm going to grab a Post-it note just to stick it on there. Now I have taken the same isocol alcohol and put it into my Whisper White ink to thin it out. And if you have a full bottle, what I would tell you to do is just thin it out on a block as you need it. So you can see it's quite runny. And this is the really big thing in the crafting world right now. And it is white splatters. So here we go. I'm just going to splatter some of the white onto my project as well. Get a few big, and I like the big splatters. That might be enough. Let's see, maybe get a, there we go. And it will kind of absorb down into your project. So you may find that you need to splatter it again. And that the bigger splatters actually work better, okay? when I'm done with that, I'll usually just wipe the tip just because I usually have a lot of ink on there and just cap it. And this is why it says speckle white, because that's the only one I use there. And then I will just throw that right away into the trash. So that is our, and make sure white does not like to come off your block. So make sure you wipe that right away. So that is our project. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Wishing you a festive Christmas. Very, very pretty. Yes, keep your Wink of Stellas. I use them all the time. I have a whole drawer of empties. So there we go. So that is our project that we made today. I'm glad it worked based on what we had to work with. So let me flip the camera up. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like that. So that is made out of your kit. Whoa, I was upside down. So that's made out of your kit. And I think what I will do is I will actually give you the measurements in our tutorial for our November kit class for this card as well. So you can put that one in your repertoire of cards. So don't forget, I put the link to order the kit up in my in the direction or up in the information. Get that kit ordered from me so that I can get these kits out to you so we can craft together in November. I think it's November. Oh, you'll have to look. I think it's November 12th. I said we would do that. And don't forget that it's a great time if you are putting in an order. Stampin' Up, it's their birthday, right? So they're doing the 35% less or 35% more with the starter kit. So I think if you have a $109 order, you are better off ordering and getting the free product right now and joining my team. All right, you guys, I hope to see you on Monday. Reach out if you have questions or make comments. And I plan to see you guys Monday at 9 o'clock. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day. You guys have a great rest of your week. See you soon.